the human brain, and parts of the cerebellum are the longitudinal fissure, which separates the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere of the brain. The frontal lobe is this area right here. The parietal lobe is this area near the back. And the very bottom back would be the occipital lobe. So the size of it would be the temporal lobe. So there's one here and one on the other side as well. The insula is located just inside the brain, so it is around this part. This still looks like parts of the brain. The central sulcus is this line right here. So if you see, it's number 5. The central sulcus divides the frontal lobe and the parietal lobe. In front of the central sulcus would be number 6, and that is the precentral gyrus. So the precentral gyrus is here, and the back of it would be the postcentral gyrus. The lateral sulcus is on the side and separates the temporal lobe and the parietal lobe. The olfactory bulb is this area right here, where it says number 8. Note that the olfactory bulb is also where the olfactory nerve is. So if it asks for the nerves, it's the olfactory nerve, this part. If it asks for the structure, it's the olfactory bulb. And while I guess I'm still here, the optic nerve is number 2 right here. So it's like these two bulges that stick out. We now move into the brain, and the corpus callosum is this outer curve right here, which looks like an upside down Nike. So it's like number 10. This is the corpus callosum. The septum pellucidum is this number 11 right here. If you actually remove it, it looks just like a flap. So if it's a flap, it is the septum pellucidum. The lateral ventricles are actually in here. It is this part right here, and a little bit this part. It's around this, which is the thalamus. And the fornix is this small curve right here, which is number 12. Alright, we now move into the diencephalon, and we have the thalamus, which is this big part right here. This is the thalamus. There's also another one on the other side of the brain, but we're just looking at one for now. Just also keep a note for later, but this area is also part of the thalamus, just letting you guys know. The hypothalamus is located where 21 is, which is right around here. I don't really have a pointer, but oh well. The hypothalamus consists of the infundibulum, which is this line right here. You probably can't really see it, but this is the pituitary gland, and it's attached by the, yeah, maybe this will be better, there. It is the infundibulum, which is this part right here. The mammillary bodies is number 24, which is this bulge right here. That is the mammillary bodies. The interthalamic adhesion is this brown spot right here. This is what connects the left and right thalamus. The pineal gland is, it's very good to see, but it's number 23. It's the one that's above right here. So it's like on the back, and it's like very above right here. That is the pineal gland. The third ventricle is where you see 19 and 20. This is like around it is the third ventricle. Now, if they ask what is the structure, you would say the thalamus, since this is the thalamus. But just know that if you ask for the ventricle, this is the third ventricle because the thalamus walls make up the third ventricle. So this is still third ventricle and the thalamus. And now, last for the diencephalon is the coracoid plexus of the third ventricle, which is number 26. It's like this red curve right here. This is what makes the CSF and the third ventricle. Now we move down to the midbrain, which is around this area right here. We have the cerebral aqueduct, which is this small lining right here. It's like a small duct. That is the cerebral aqueduct. The corpora quadragema is located in the back. The reason it says 4 because when you put both brains together, like such, it's a little hard to see, but there are 4 of them. But when you look on just for one side, the corpora quadragema will consist of the superior colliculi, which is the small bulge that's located above here, and the inferior colliculi, which is this small bulge that's under it. So those are the parts of the midbrain. We now move to the cerebellum, which I accidentally took out. So yeah, this brown part is the cerebellum. The vermis, when you attach both of the, should I put this wrong way? When you attach both the cerebellum, the vermis is just located. I can't even put this together. Alright, wherever it's like that small intersection right here, or like, it's like the middle, so it divides the cerebellum. That is the vermis. The arbor vitae, or vitae, it's the white. It's like the white tree-looking branches right here. The white, if it's like the white matter, it's the arbor vitae. And the folia are the folds on the outside, so it's like these browns, which is, yeah, so these are the folias. We now move into the pons. This bulge right here is the pons. Above it would be the midbrain. So in the pons, we have located the fourth ventricle, which, if you follow the cerebral aqueduct, the fourth ventricle is right here. So there's like a little bit more space for it. That's what makes up the fourth ventricle. Under the pons would be the medulla oblongata, which is like this part right here. The medulla oblongata is this whole structure, and if they do ask, the pyramids are located like in the front right here. So it's number 39. That's the pyramids. And that is the whole human brain.